Okay, so I'm going to show you how to set up your amplifier by using a simple voltmeter. We're going to go over a couple of things that shows you how to use this tool to adjust the sensitivity frequency on this one. I have a power supply on my bench. This will be hooked up to your jet ski when you do it. So first things first, what we're going to want to do is you're going to want to take these screws out right here and just use a little tool. There should be a little Allen bit that comes in your tool set. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out. And a screwdriver. Pop this off. Right here. This gives us access inside the amplifier. Okay. So inside the amplifier, we have a couple of things. Let me see if I can get some light on it for you. Hold on. Alright guys, I'm trying to find some light. Well, actually, stand it up like this so you can see. Okay. So inside of our amplifier, we have these four settings. Okay. These are your sensitivities. These are your gains. These are your EQs. Okay. For the first setup, we're going to keep everything where it's at right now. Okay. All right. When we hook up our voltmeter and we hook up the sound, we're going to be adjusting these two knobs right here. They're probably going to be around the 3 o'clock range, but we're going to check that and see exactly where we go to. So I'm going to put this down. Okay. And what we're going to do first, we're going to make sure that everything has power. And you're going to do that by hooking up your button, or if you have the factory Yamaha, you're going to turn everything on and get everything ready to rock and roll. Okay. For me, I'll be using our button here. Okay. And we're going to add power to it first. So, power up to it. Alright, we got power. Okay. The good news about this is we're running very little amperage, so I'm gonna turn my power up a little bit. You know, 10 amps, which should be all we're gonna need today. We're just gonna be setting mids and highs, but I will set it up to typically your ski charges at about 13.4, so I'm probably gonna turn it up to 13.4 on my end over here, so we can make it 13.4. Okay. Okay. All right. So I've got it set up to 13.4, which is typically what you guys charge at. I've got a 10 amp on there, and as we start turning the amplifier on, it'll start firing up. Okay. So first things first, we're going to turn on our button. Sorry, my wife is out there yelling at the dogs. Okay, so we got a blue light. That's good. Okay, now what you want to do is we're going to get this ready. So what I do is I go to, I used to be sponsored by Kicker, by the way, so I do like Kicker, and it's going to help us here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our search. Okay, we're going to type in Kicker. Type in Kicker. Test tones. Okay, you can download these a bunch of different places. I just found it easier to download them from here. Okay, Kicker test tones. Okay, hit search. Okay, and then you're going to go down. It's going to say Stillwater test tones. You're going to click on that. Okay, scroll all the way down to the bottom. Okay, and we want sine waves. Okay, right here. Alright, so these are your different sine waves. What you're going to do is, because we're doing mids and highs, we want to do 1,000 hertz. Okay, so let's see here. Hold on. So we got 1,000 hertz. Okay, so here's one that you can use. This is an MP3 version. I'm actually going to go back. They do have a wave version. I prefer the wave. Hold on. Sorry. So click on that area right there. And these are your different little clips. So you want 1,000 hertz, and you want the negative 5 dB wave. I'm going to download that. Okay, I'm going to open it. All right, and this is going to be our test tone that we're going to play. You hear it. Okay, it's very obnoxious. So we're going to connect this to this via Bluetooth. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to hook up our other wires so you can kind of see where they go. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So I'm going to connect this to Bluetooth. All right, so now we're connected. No more blinking light. Okay, so the way you're going to want to do this is you want to grab your speaker wires. You've got purple, green, gray, and white. All right, so the first side we're going to set up is going to be our gray and whites. Okay, and you're going to sort through them, and you're going to grab the gray and white wires. Okay, on there they'll say bridged, positive, negative, like that. Bridge, positive, negative, and you want to grab the bridged one. So here's my positive for my bridged, and I know that it's going to be a gray one for my bridged, positive, negative, and that's not it. It's usually the one with the longer piece on there. Okay, and then there's my bridged, positive, negative. Okay, so what I usually do, I take these out of the loop, since we're not going to be using those. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our voltmeter here. Okay, take our voltmeter and we're going to put it to AC voltage. On mine it's a V right there. Okay, mine still says DC. I'm going to change it to AC voltage. Okay, and you want it on voltage. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the positive terminal of the AC voltage and we're going to put it into our positive bridged. Okay. All right. Take our negative and put it into our negative bridged. Okay. So now what's going to happen is as we play this song over here, we're going to play this song. We're going to get it ready. Okay, here it is right here. Now remember, if you have repeat, put it on repeat. It makes it easier because if not, you're going to lose sound. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play. And as I hit play, I'm starting to get a little bit of voltage. Okay, let's see here, hold on. So I'm starting to get a little bit of voltage. But now here's the key. On this one here, you're gonna make sure to turn this all the way up. And the way we turn it all the way up is we turn this all the way up on the side here on my phone. Then you come over here and you turn this all the way up as well. Make sure that's all the way up. All the way up, okay? And the way this works is if you press it and you hold it, it'll start turning it down. See it, look. So you hold the knob like this, starts turning all the way up. Okay, all right, so we're all the way up. All right, and right now we look like we're sitting at about 5.8 volts. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to adjust this little knob in here and see what we get. Okay, all right, so now we're raising our voltage. Okay, the number we're looking for on our voltage is going to be about 28 volts. So right now I'm sitting at 7 volts. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn this knob up. See my voltage going up. This is increasing your power. I have an oscilloscope, so it does tell me when it's clipping, but we want to be around, let's say, 27. This thing is very sensitive, guys. You're gonna learn that. 26. As soon as you put it in here, it literally, you touch it and it moves. Look, as you touch it, it moves. Okay, so I'm gonna go up just a little bit more. 27 volts. I'm pretty good with that. I'm gonna try to get it closer to 27, a little bit safer. So let me put it up here like this. The song stopped. Okay. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna turn this up, hit play. Okay. Now watch. As I turn this knob, my voltage goes up. 27 would be a good number. Slowly turn it, let it catch up. If you turn it too fast, and you barely, I'm just barely turning this thing. Okay, there we go. There we go, 27.5. Okay, so that's our left channel, okay? My wife is yelling at the dogs while I make a video, So sorry about that, guys. We are real people over here. Okay, so we got 27.5. So that's our left channel. Now we've got to set up the right channel. We're going to try to get as close to that as possible. So now we're going to stop our play. We're going to take our terminals here. And we'll do the same thing to the purple and green side. So now we're going to go purple and green. Okay, and now we want to grab the positive and negative on the purple and green. Okay, so here they are right here. All right, so we got our positive, negative on our purple, green. Same thing. Push it in here. Push it in here. Okay, so now we're gonna adjust this side, the second side over here. Put your screwdriver in. Same thing. Okay, now our magic number was 27.5, so we're gonna try to get that number again. So we hit play. We're at 6 volts. So we're gonna slowly turn this up till we get to 27.5. This is called gain matching. It's kind of an easy way of doing it. The oscilloscope helps you a lot because it shows you when it's clipping, but I can tell you right now, you're probably not going to get it exactly at 27.5. I'm actually happy with 27.3. I don't want to sit here for an hour trying to land on that 27.5. You can try it a couple times, just get as close as possible. You're not going to notice 0.2 volts on the right side versus the left side. So I'm happy where it's at right now. So we're set. So now, if you notice, we barely turned those knobs. They're sitting around 3 o'clock, but now we're gain matched. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna click over the high pass filters. That's these right here, okay? And that's gonna kit out anything from 80 Hertz. So go ahead, put it down. I know the light's not that great. We'll take this, we'll kick it over. All the way over to the right. Okay, all right. So now we're all the way over to the right. Okay, so these are your frequency knobs. What happens is we're gonna put these around 12 o'clock. I want you to play music. You are not gonna touch these. These are done. These here, you're gonna put them around 12 o'clock. You're gonna start around 12 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. I have a feeling that you'll be somewhere near the 1 o'clock range. The closer we get to 12, or the closer we get to 11 o'clock, the more bass we're gonna add. The closer we get to 1 o'clock, the more trouble you're gonna add. Not trouble, but you're gonna start pulling that bass away. It's gonna sound clearer the closer you get to this 12 or 1 o'clock range. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust that real quick, and I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna put it. You really have to play and listen to it, and this is gonna be something you have to adjust. You do not wanna turn this past 11 o'clock. I probably wouldn't even turn it past 12 o'clock. I would be somewhere between 12 and 2, whichever one sounds clearer to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust those real quick. Okay, so I've got it adjusted already. Right here, sorry about the camera moving around. So I've got this set at 12 o'clock, and I'm gonna set the other one at 12 o'clock as well. All right, there we go. Now remember, this is gonna be something that you're gonna adjust. You do not touch these two. They're done. These two you can play around with, but you don't wanna be at 9 o'clock. It'll be too much bass and it'll create heavy distortion. Okay, hopefully that helps you setting everything up. If I can answer any more questions for you, please let me know. Ride safe and ride loud, and thank you for purchasing. Peace.